And the best boss I ever had was where I have been for the last 20 years, where I come and go as I want, do what I want, when I want, if I want. Today is proposition day 3. And, this week I'm practicing different ways of creating a proposition that is very, very attractive to business owners who've been trading for over 5 years, who are making reasonable money, having a good lifestyle, but their profits are not growing and they're struggling. They've got no time to develop their business further, and they're just stuck and they need some help to sort of get consistent growth. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today, because today we want to make sure that we understand where I've been. I've been in business for 40 years and I've made more mistakes than most. The reason I make more mistakes than most is not because I'm completely stupid, although that is a debatable statement, but it's because I try loads of things and I've made loads of mistakes. I've trusted people I shouldn't have trusted. I've done things I shouldn't have done. I've spent money where I shouldn't have done. I've taken risks where I shouldn't have taken them. But, in hindsight, everything is wonderful, isn't it? If I know that if you've been trading for 5 years, you have done many, many things right, because most businesses don't survive 5 years. And if they just about scrape through, if they're on the bottom rung of that scraping through, they're making very little money. They're not enjoying the life they wanted to enjoy. And that is why I developed my coaching and consulting program. And it is a 3-month program of 12 weeks. And we want to make sure that we work with you over those 12 weeks to help you break out of the gravity of sameness, where your results are not changing positively and your time is not getting better. You're not spending time with the family. You're not going on holiday as much as you want, although none of us are these days. And your income isn't rising, so you can't afford the bigger house, the nicer car, the more luxurious holidays, the longer holidays, all that sort of stuff. And the first thing I want to just address is, the boss I had, the worst boss I ever had, and the best boss I ever had, there was one thing in common, and that was me. I was the worst boss I ever had, and I've also become the best boss I've ever had. The worst boss because this boss made me work 14 hours a day, sometimes 7 days a week, often in the early days, not see my family, did not take holidays, not relax on holidays. My mind was still full of the business. And the best boss I ever had was where I have been for the last 20 years, where I come and go as I want, do what I want, when I want, if I want, from where I want, how I want, with whom I want, and it is amazing. And the thing that I'd like you to get is I'd like you to avoid the mistakes I made, and we're going to cover a lot of the things I did right, the wins I had that allowed me to have the lifestyle I currently enjoy. So the program will allow you to start building a business. Now, if you understand what I'm saying, I'm not saying that you're suddenly going to double your profits in 3 months. I'm not saying that. I'm never going to say that. If it does, well done to you, because you'll have done amazingly well. Because I know if you've been trading for 5 years or more, you've done many, 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 many things right. And what we want to do is find the little bits of the jigsaw that maybe not in place. And I'm really good at doing that. I'm able to find little areas of your business jigsaw that isn't working as efficiently, tweaking it, changing it, and then you get back in the driver's seat and it goes faster, right? Now, it takes a bit of time to build up acceleration. I was watching this thing on the Bluebird. It was the fastest land cars, the fastest water craft in the, I think it was in the early 50s, late 50s. And it was quite an amazing story, but both stories on land as well as on water, they talked about it starting slowly, building, and then it just took off, right? Like a bullet. I think one of his wives or his girlfriends or something, when it went shoom, it was like a bullet. So that's what typically happens. Not quite like a bullet for a business, but it begins to build momentum and then it gets exponential. So that's really what is going to happen. And how it works is we're going to work together on your business, on your strategies, on your models, all of these things that to me are second nature now because I've done it so many times with so many businesses and for myself personally. And we're going to help go through those elements with you to make sure your business is as good as it can be in the next 3 months, which means it's going to pay back the fees you might pay me. It's going to be more fun to run because you're going to see some impetus and momentum in your business. You're going to begin to create extra time to either spend working how to make more money in your business or have time with the family, whatever, right? And I know you will have heard many claims from many people about this stuff. And I want you to know your money is safe. The reason it's safe is because I don't need your money, right? There will be a fee if we work together. If we don't, fine, right? No problem. No biggie, as I've heard said. But if it does what I plan it to do, then you will get your money back in time and money. in profits over the 3-month period. I want it to be completely financial neutral to you in a way that you and I both respect and accept. So that's why it's safe. And if it doesn't, I'm going to give you money back. I'm going to make sure that you don't end up out of pocket as a result of working with me. I never want anyone to lose out as of working with me. I always want people to benefit from working with me, whether it's my team or whether it's my clients or whether it's my family, in fact. So right now you have an opportunity because I'm opening up a new program. It's a beta program, which means you're going to be the first in. And what that means to you, why it's so special right now, is that I am going to be making moving every obstacle to make sure you get a great result, because I want your case study on my website. I want your case study in my file to tell other people how good the program is and how it achieves its goals. Make sense? So I'm going to move heaven, and right now I'm looking for the case study group who's going to work with me over the next 12 weeks. And I want to rock your business, right? I want to really make it cool. So now is the right time to do this. Now, if your business is growing at a fair rate, this is not the right time. But if your business is a little bit stuck and you could do with a little bit more momentum, you could do with a little bit more fresh ideas, fresh blood, fresh support, fresh enthusiasm, then I suspect you're in exactly the right place to apply now. So how do you apply now? Well, if this is developed into the proposition I expect it to, then there'll be a button on this page where you can click and book some time with me. The time is going to be twofold. The first 10 minutes is going to be just finding out about you finding out about me, seeing if we can help you, you see if you think you may be able to work together. If the first 10 minutes goes all right, and virtually always it does, to be completely honest, then we carry on with the next 50, 60 minutes. For the next 45, 50 minutes, I'm going to be drilling into your business. I'm going to be really getting to know your business, asking you questions about your business and your background and all that sort of stuff. So I really get to understand it. And then I'm going to be setting out a plan that I've seen from that time we've had together, which will help you clarify why you haven't been getting the results and what to do about it. Make sense? Now, what happens if you come to the end of that period and you say, can you help me implement that and make it go faster? Then we'll talk for another 10 or 15 minutes to see how we might work together, if we can work together. And if we can't work together, I'll tell you why not. If on the other hand we can talk about it and you can decide at the end of that whether you want to go ahead or not. It's absolutely fine either way. Like I said, I don't need your money, right? My life is completely sorted with or without your money, so it's all good. And so if it works out that you don't want me to help you go faster, then we just call it quits at that point in time and we go our separate ways. Absolutely no problem. In fact, I would probably enjoy to have talked to you, because I love talking to business owners and really understanding the power, because I love business owners. They are such amazing people. So that's really what I want you to do next, is book a call. If there's a button, book the button. If there isn't, just send a message to me saying let's chat, or I saw your video, let's have a talk. Let's chat is absolutely fine. Just send me let's chat, and I'll know what you mean. I'll contact you and we'll take it from there. Is that all right? I'll give you a link to book in my calendar. It'll be a link to book directly into my calendar. So if there's a spot there, you'll know that I'm available. I'll know that you're ready. You put it in your calendar, I'll put it in mine. You come ready at that time, ready to play hard. I'm going to come and play hard with you. I'm going to focus completely on your business. Nothing. All my phones will be off. Everything's going to be off. Just me and you, brains together on your business. That's really the goal. So if you like what I've just described, just say let's chat, click on the button, do whatever it is to make sure we get together, and then let's take this forward to the next step. I don't know what the next step will hold for you or me, but all I know is it'll be exciting, it'll be interesting. Worst case, you're going to get some insights from somebody who's had 40 years in the trenches working not only with my business, but with over 1,000 other businesses, all right? So this is me saying, please book a call. It's probably going to be the best decision you make this year, if not this decade. And if you make it, the reason for that is if you make it now, we're going to make some inroads into your business. By the end of the decade, your business will be in a completely different place. It took me, when I first started all this stuff with trial and error, it took me over 7 years to double my income. Now we can probably do it for clients in about 2 or 3 years max, if everything works out right. And that's why I need to have a chat with you to make sure. So book that call and I'll see you soon. Take care. Now, that's the end of that proposition. Now, what do you think of that one compared to day 1 and day 2? Do you like it? I thought it flowed a little bit better. Maybe I'm getting there. You tell me. All right, take care. Goodbye. Don't forget to subscribe right now and click the bell as well, because that way you're going to be assured of making sure you don't miss any of my videos, any of my thoughts on how to run a better business, which is all I talk about. I love business. I'm a bit of a business geek. And so if you're okay listening to Business Geek every now and again for 10, 15, 20 minutes, that'll give you some insights into running a better business, then you're in the right place. Click on the subscribe button, click on the bell, and you won't miss a thing.